Okay, when I first come to church, I stop at the table to grab the morning program. After I grab my morning program, I head to the double doors and then make a quick left and go up the small staircase that's behind the pulpit. And then I head back up here to turn on these 3 switches, which will turn on the 3 main speakers. The 3 main speakers are here in the back of the pulpit. I check to make sure the power light is on, and these are the settings that you normally don't have to change. And we have 2 speakers that are on. That's the left speaker. This middle speaker we don't have that hooked up. And then you have your right speaker. And again, I check to make sure the power light is on. And after I check that, I head upstairs to turn on the mixing board and then turn on the 2 lights. The lights there was to the left. The cord is right here behind the water fountain in front of the church. So I just plug that in. Then I head up the stairs to turn on the other lights and the mixing board. So the other lights, you can find that cord off to the right side upstairs. And now you can see there's the lights on the left hand side, and there's lights on the right hand side that will light up the pulpit. Then after that, I'd head on over to our main outlet and hit these 2 buttons, and that would turn on the power for everything at the top. And here's our mixing board. They'll come on in a second. Once the mixing board comes on, the main volume switch will always turn all the way off, so you have to move it up. So the speakers, any sound that's coming through the mics will come through the speakers. Also, there's a green button right here. You hit the green button, or this yellow button actually, and now you can see all the buttons you'll be using for your stream. Normally, I mute all of those. So when you come up, these will all be muted. So here's how the mute groups are grouped. All the main mics will be muted. Instead of hitting each mute button one at a time, I have it set up where mute button 1 would turn all the mute buttons off. Mute button 2 is beat for channel 16, and that's where we have any audio coming from the computer. They'll run through channel 16. Mute button 3 will turn the mute buttons for the stream. Any audio going to the stream be on bus 1 and 2. Mute button group 4 is for turning the mute buttons for the podium mic when we have speakers or special announcements on that mic. That's off to the right of the pulpit. And then mute button 5 will also turn on all the mic, the handheld mic and the wireless mic in the choir stand. So 5 would unmute those, and the difference between mute button 5 and 1 turns all the mics off, and mute 5 would turn all the choir mics off except for the pastor's mic. Okay, and after I turn on the mixer, I turn on the first computer monitor, and then I turn on the second computer monitor. The power button for the first monitor is off to the right side, and the second one, the power button is underneath. And after that, you will turn on your switcher, and there's a little button right here that you would slide it either forward or backwards, I can't remember. Slide it up to turn it on. Now that'll take a second to boot up. And then also check to make sure the lights comes on our box cast. So if this is green and lit up, that means the internet is working. If it's not on, that means there's no internet signal coming through. This one, the arrow button means that you're streaming a video. So if that's green, that means a video is being streamed. And this button right here will turn green as soon as it picks up the video from the switcher. So as soon as the switcher comes on, this should be green. Okay, now the switcher is on, my monitor is on, and as you can see now that button is green because now it's receiving a video signal. So after I turn all of those on, I'll come over to the camera, which is camera 2, hit the power button on the side to turn it on. Alright, and then I'll move the camera to a position that I want it. I can fine tune it by zooming in and zooming out. And then I have to set the brightness on the camera. You'll do that by pressing the little house icon that's in the bottom right of the camera. And then what you're looking for is the exposure setting. So, and this is a touch screen, so you can just touch the bottom arrow until you come to the exposure that's right here. If I can focus this in. There. Click on that. And then you see a box. Inside that box, just click inside the box, and they'll find this central focus point. And at the bottom, if you click on the left arrow, you will make the picture darker, and it'll be darker on your screen too. So this is HDMI 2. You click on the button that's to the right. Your picture will be lighter and it'll be lighter here. So usually I have a second camera set up on the side over here, but I'm using the camera right now to video. And I'll do the same procedure for the second one to try to match the two pictures. And then once you get your video set to where you want it, just hit the X in the top right hand corner, turn it off, and then you're good to go. I usually put the updated files for the weekly Sunday morning services that I need for my OpenLP software on my jump drive and come under the table and plug it in into the front of the PC. Let's see. There it is. Now I go to the folder that I saved the new files in that I need for the morning service. This Sunday will be Sunday, March 26th. So I'll find that folder on my jump drive and copy and paste it into the Shiloh OpenLP files folder located on the PC's desktop. I usually have 2, maybe 3 files on my jump drive. The 2 main files that I normally would have would be the morning scripture and the video for the Sunday morning announcements. And this third file is that of the morning hymn that I have to import into the OpenLP software since I don't already have it previously saved in the software. To import the morning scripture into the OpenLP software, first double-click on the scripture file in the desktop folder to open the scripture in the text editor. Press Ctrl-A to highlight the entire text document, then press Ctrl-C to copy the text. Now, we are going to go into the OpenLP software and go to the bottom left-hand corner and click on the Custom Slides bar. Click on the bottom. Click on the New button, click on Add, right-click and paste, or hit Ctrl-V to paste the scripture text from the text editor. Then hit Save. Next, click on Edit, so I can copy the scripture title, which would be Ctrl-C, and then paste it in the field at the top. So hit Ctrl-V, and then I'll come to the bottom and click on the theme drop-down field and select the Scripture Live option. So therefore, you'll see the Bible picture I use as a background for the scripture text that will be shown while the scripture is being read, and then I'll click on Save. Now that I have the scripture loaded into the program, I click on the plus button to load it to the service presentation slide of the screen. Once I've imported the scripture for Sunday morning, I'll go back and grab the video for the announcement. So first, I'll go and click on the Media tab, and then all the extra stuff, I'll highlight, hit Ctrl-A, then hit the X button to delete it. So I don't have a whole bunch of extra stuff that I don't need. Then I come back to the folder where all of my files are in. And then I click on the media file and then just drag it over to the OpenLP media section in the software. And once I drag it over, I highlight it. I hit the plus button to bring it over to the presentation side to be used in the morning service. And then I'll double click on the announcement video file to play the video and to check to make sure the video plays and we have sound. So I'll unmute channel 16 so I'll be able to hear it. So the video is working. So now it's time to go to the next task. Since I don't have this Sunday's hymn ready in the song database, I have to import the song file into the OpenLP software. And you will do this by clicking on the file at the top left-hand corner. Click on Import, go down to the Next button, and then click on the Add Files at the bottom, and then go to the Shiloh OpenLP folder on the desktop. Go down to the Shiloh March 26th folder. Open it, and there's our morning hymn. Click on Open, and then hit Next. And now it's imported. So now it should be added to the OpenLP song database. So now go up to the Song tab on the left near the top of the drop-down menus. Click on the song bar and type in at the cross. Now you should see the newly added song file listed. Click on the song and then hit the plus button to add the song to the presentation slide of the program. Now this is where I put everything in order. So I click on the song, click the up arrow to bring it to the position where it belongs in the morning service. So at the cross is the new song. Down at the cross was last week's song. So I click on down at the cross, click the X button, and it's deleted. Do the same thing for the morning scripture. Click on it, move it up to the proper position. Oops, I went too far. Click on the down arrow to move it down into the correct position. And then do the same thing with the morning announcement. Click on the morning announcements. Click the up arrow. This is last week's announcement. Click on that one. Hit the X button to delete it. And then I saw where there was an extra song that we don't need for this week. You will click on that file, hit X to delete it. And then once I have everything in place, I'm going to save that service. So if for some reason this program shuts down, all the changes that you made won't get lost. So click on File, do Save Service As, and then I usually save it in the Shiloh OpenLP folder. Let's put Shiloh March 26, 2023. Click Save, and that's how you will prep for the Sunday morning streams. If you have any questions, message me in the comment section below. Before you go, make sure to click on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. Hit the notification bell because this is just the first video in this series of videos that I'll be uploading to walk you through my workflow for doing my church's streams every Sunday. And while you're at it, click on the like button, and you can also follow me on all of my other social networks at HitmanDDub, and that's HitmanDDUB. So until next video, take care and stay blessed.